Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to today's edition of Intuitive Angling, and really appreciate you guys coming by the channel to spend some time with me on the video. Always very grateful for that. And guys, today we're going to make the case and have a little discussion on why the best bass anglers in the country are not the ones that are fishing the Bassmaster Elite Series or the MLF Bass Pro Tour. They're sort of an illusion that they are, but they're really not, and that's what we're going to get into today's video and hopefully get a discussion going on, get your guys' opinion on this too as well. Also, guys, just our daily quick housekeeping tips. I just wanted to thank everybody out there that's taken time to subscribe here at Intuitive Angling, and a big thank you out there to everybody that has taken time to use and bookmark my Tackle Warehouse link that I put in the description of every video. You guys that are doing that and purchasing your tackle through Tackle Warehouse through my link, you guys are really helping out the channel and me and my family, so big thank you to that if you're one of those people doing that. Okay guys, let's talk a little bit about this. It's probably going to ruffle some feathers here, but that's not my intention because it's sort of the reality of the situation. Here's the deal. There's an illusion and a myth out there that the best bass anglers in the country are the ones that are fishing the Bassmaster Elite Series and the Bass Pro Tour, considered the two top level tournaments and the top two circuits in the world out there. That's not the case. That is not the case, because we talked about this a little bit before, and I want to delve into it a little bit deeper. There's no separation is what I'm trying to think. It's like when you try to place these guys that are fishing the Bassmaster Elite Series and the Bass Pro Tour on some type of a pedestal, thinking that they're superior anglers. That's not the case, because the level of skill between just like a BFL tournament or a Toyota Series tournament or a Bassmaster Open tournament or any type of regional type tournament circuit, the amount of difference in the skill level is imperceptible out there. There's no difference at all, because here's the situation. Let's say your favorite lake, whatever your home lake is, if there was a Bassmaster Elite Series tournament there, whatever weight that it took to win that tournament and to get a 50th place check would be no different than if they had like a BFL or a Toyota Series tournament there. It would still take relatively the same weight to win. It would still take relatively the same weight to make a check. It might even take more weight to make a check or win the tournament if there's a lot of locals in there, because everybody is good anymore. It's not the same way that it was 30 years ago, where there was a definite difference. It's like 30 years ago, 20 years ago, there was a huge separation between like the Bassmaster Top 150 pros and a BFL level. There was no comparison. But now, with the advent of YouTube, with the advent of social media, with the advent of the new technologies that we have out there with lure, rod and reel technologies, the skill level is just, there's no difference. And there's this illusion out there that people put the Bassmaster Elite Series pros and the MLF pros on some type of a pedestal, thinking they're better than anybody, and they're not. I would venture to say they're probably, overall, there may be even less talent there than on other ones out there, because a lot of those anglers out there did not really earn the right, in my opinion, the way they should have to get there. For example, on the Bass Pro Tour, you didn't have to qualify to enter that. Initially, when they picked the 80 guys, they were just handpicked with no qualifications out there. A lot of the guys that have qualified for the Bassmaster Elite Series, they did it back when there was 3 tournaments, and some guys strung together 3 tournaments that were good, and they qualified for the Elite Series. There's Legends exemptions that keep guys in there, even though if they don't perform, they still get to stay in there because of the exemptions. There's a lot of different factors that contribute to putting people in there that give them the credentials of being the best pros in the world when they're really not. I have fished every level that there is, guys. I have fished from Bass Club levels up to the Bassmaster, Elite 50 circuit. I've made 18 Bassmaster Classics and Forcewood Cups, won tournaments, Bassmaster tournaments. I've been around all of them, and I can tell you for sure, because like right now I'm fishing like some of the BFL tournaments and the Toyota Series events. Those guys are just as good as the well-known Elite Series pros or the Bass Pro Tours. They have the versatility, they have the knowledge, they have the drive, they have the passion. They just have not had the opportunity to get on that level as far as putting everything together. It doesn't have anything to do with their skill levels. Now, how I measure the skill level of a bass angler is this. To me, when you're talking about who are the best bass anglers in the world out there, number one, all of the spotlighters, like, take them out of the equation, because spotlighting is not bass fishing. You are not, if you're a spotlighter and you rely on forward-facing sonar, to cash checks and tournaments, that's not a legitimate way of catching fish, and I don't consider that being somebody that has legitimately earned a place in that particular area out there. The best anglers out there are the ones that if you gave them a rod and reel and a plastic worm and you put them in a canoe, who would catch more fish? From the basic primal skills of understanding bass movement, bass behavior, where the fish are, how the bass relate to structures. Whoever could go out there over the course of a year's period and catch the most bass with a one rod and a plastic worm and a canoe, that is going to be the best angler. It's not going to be some dude out there that's got $50,000 worth of electronics that stares at the video game screen all day and makes checks doing that. That is not what a good angler is. So I just wanted to do this video and to basically shed some light, because I get a lot of there's a lot of I guess it's just the way that the public views bass anglers in general, as far as the talent they assign to them. And you can't do that anymore. Stop putting the tour level pros on the pedestal, because they don't deserve to be there compared to everybody. I'm not saying they haven't earned the right to be there through the legitimate qualification, because they have. But what I'm saying is you can't quantify them as being better, because you don't know the skill levels of the people that aren't there. It's like people don't understand and know the skill levels. There could be some dude down there fishing the BFL levels that works a factory job, but he has more knowledge and more instinct and intuition about how to catch fish than somebody that you read about that's staring at a live scope screen winning Bassmaster tournament. So it's just, I just think that's a topic that needs to be discussed more. I think that's sort of a reality that we've created through the means that I talked about. Hasn't always been like that, but it is right now. And we've entered this world of fishing where just everybody's good. Everybody understands fish. There's not many secrets anymore. The difference between doing really well or not doing well in a tournament is just a super, super fine line. And it's time that we just, taking some time to acknowledge that. But anyway, guys, let me know what y'all think out there. Give me guys' opinion on what do you think makes a good angler? What do you think makes an overrated angler? And have a little discussion on that. But in my opinion, the anglers that I respect and the anglers that I place a great deal of emphasis on of being better than anyone else are the people that can get out there without the aid of technology and break down a body of water and say, this is where these fish are going to be. This is how they're positioned there. This is why they're there. And they figure that out through fishing. Somebody like Guido Hibden is a prime example. Guys that have spent decades and decades and decades understanding the nuances of bass movement, bass behavior that takes time. Those are the good anglers. And in order to get that, you have got to have decades of experience. You can't have just a couple years of experience and expect to have that background to draw upon. But again, we've created this illusion through technology that people without a lot of experience that rely on technology are good anglers. And then the other people out there that don't rely on the technology that have been great anglers forever simply just do not get the credit anymore, because of because of the discrimination that has been created through technology as far as talent goes and how we assess talent. So anyway, guys, let me know what you think. We'll talk later. See you.